Hey YouTube, I'm Neil with Aviator Q. Welcome back to another exciting episode. On today's episode, we're going to be knocking out the mother of all smoked snacks, beef jerky. This one's going to be fun. So sit back, relax, and welcome aboard. With that being said, today's beef jerky. It's a fun snack that we can kind of do as we kind of get into the fall here. Hunting season opens up in a couple weeks. I think bow opens up in a couple weeks here. So we're going to be starting to getting some venison and whatnot, and great things to do is make jerky out of that. So we're going to do a quick down and dirty video, just kind of the basics of making beef jerky. Today we're going to be using top sirloin. Now the jerky that I'm using today is not a super cured jerky. It can sit out. I usually just keep it in a cooler bag when I go on trips or something like that, but it can sit out a day or so on the counters. Better in the fridge. It's basically cured with salt and sodium from soy sauce, so it's not really the pink curing salt. But we'll get into that in a minute. We'll get into what types of meats and a little bit of the spice palette, and just show you throwing it on the smoker. But not a super in-depth video, just quick, down and dirty. But appreciate your patience. Like I said, can't wait to make this video and make a lot more. Okay guys, so to begin with the spice palette here. Like I said, this is not a super cured beef jerky. It's just going to be using sodium from soy sauce and some salt. But the spices left to right, we've got chili powder, or excuse me, cayenne pepper, paprika, chili powder, black pepper, granulated garlic, salt, onion powder, Worcestershire sauce, or however you say that. I don't think anybody in the country really knows how to pronounce that. And then we got some soy sauce. Ideally, you want to bring all the dry spices together, mix them together, and then add the add the liquid. Put your meat in that and let it soak for at least 12 hours. I didn't quite get. I didn't have enough soy sauce to prep this last night. I had to go to the store as soon as it opened this morning. Not going to get a full 12 hours on, but we're going to get a good marinade on it and throw it on the smoker. Show you how to prep the meat next. Good meat for jerky is a little bit different than what we kind of look for when we're looking for a good steak. You know, in the steak we're looking for a lot of marbling intermuscular fat. The best jerky stuff is lean. This is actually a little bit more marbled than you can get some. This is a top round steak. I bought a two pack in Costco. I've been doing a little demo, not making videos, but I've been doing some research stuff, thinking out 4 ideas. I did like a London broil. This one was a little oddly shaped, so I thought, well, I'll turn this one into jerky. So what you're looking for is the leaner of the meats. Your roast. I have rounds make really good ones. They're very thin. When we start talking about game, venison makes good because venison's such a lean meat. But ideally what we're talking about when we're talking about cutting it here, and I know I'm not wearing gloves. I'm going to wash my hands as soon as we're done here. But we've got 2 ways of cutting. If you notice, the grain is kind of running this way, kind of diagonally. You can cut across the grain, and that way when you bite it, it's a bite and it's a pull, and it separates because it's going to tear amongst the fibers. If you've ever had the jerky where you bite it and you really have to bite and pull, what they've done, they've cut against the grain, so you're actually trying to bite through the sinew. I'm going to cut it long ways against the grain, and we're just going to do 1/4 inch cuts. I'm not necessarily going to show you all the cutting. You don't need to see that. But we're just going to make these nice long cuts, about a nice 1/4 inch pencil width. It's going to shrink on us, so you want to still have a little bit of shrinkage, but still a good bite, but easily to dry out. So we'll get this cut up. We'll get it into the mixture, get it marinating, and then in a couple hours we'll get it on the smoker. We'll show you the cut meat once we're ready to mix it into the spices. Hey everybody, I wanted to give you just a quick view of the meat here before we get going in. So ideally what we're looking for is something like this. It's a strip if you can see the thickness on there, it's about maybe just a little thinner than a pencil. What we're looking, remember this is going to render down, so you want to cut it a little bit thicker than what you're ideally wanting to finish with. When you get to these weird pieces like this one I wanted to show you, this was kind of like the end. It wasn't going to make an even. So what I did, I kind of laid it out and started making little incisions, kind of baby butterflying it a little bit, and then I just kind of patted it out a little bit. If you watch the video where I did the rolled stuffed pork loin, it was kind of that, when I had the high spots, I'd make a little cut and butterfly it out. It's kind of what I did with the weird pieces there to kind of get them all uniform. But we're going to get that stuff into the mixture, let it start marinating, soaking, and in a couple hours we're going to throw it on the grill. We'll show you all that once we're ready to go outside. Alright guys, I just wanted to show you the sauce before we put it in. This is those dry spices with the soy and Worcestershire added to it. It's just kind of thick. It's very spicy, kind of thick concoction. Basically, we're just gonna fold the meat into that and just keep working it around. Check out them tongs, right? Nice teal manly blue color. I didn't buy these, Courtney bought them. We got a whole set. There's this size and then a mini size. Just wanted to throw that out there in case anybody was judging me on the color of my spatula or tongs or whatever these are called. So we're just going to work those in, keep working and tossing, getting everything mixed together. Going to just turn this in, start folding it in. Don't do it all at once because you kind of want the meat to, don't want it to kind of glob up. But we're just going to work it all in, let that soak. Now that salt mixture, what it's going to do, it's going to start pulling a lot of the water out of this, so I kind of keep giving it a stir every, I don't know. I do it a lot quicker. I'd probably do it every 30-45 minutes early on, and then once it's been in there a while, just kind of slow down. But I'll give it a turn every once in a while, make sure that it's still just kind of all mixed up good coating. You'll start to see some of the more water in. And that's because it's pulling out of the meat, pulling water out of the meat. But that's what jerky's all about. We want to, we want to basically dehydrate the meat. So that's a good thing. Some people pat it down right before it goes on the grill. We'll take a look and see what it looks like. But just going to keep working this in for a little bit longer. Let it marinate as long as I can, and we'll be out on the grill next time you see us. So we're about to get the jerky on. And I just wanted to show you guys kind of what it looks like. It's had about 4 hours to sit. Like I said, ideally 12 works. But you guys can kind of see on that. It's got some nice color and it smells good. There was some water in the pan. I've been putting a little paper towel in the bottom of the bowl trying to draw out some of that water. What we've got going on here, well, I've got them sitting on a grate. It's a cold grate. I'm going to put them on the bottom of the Weber Smoky Mountain. I've got a brisket going, and I was cooking it, just a small flat, but I was going hot and fast on it. And I don't know if I've ever showed you guys this. This is part of the software for the iGrill, the Weber iGrill. That probe 1 is at the top grate, and I've got another one dangling where the second probe's going to be. So there's the split between the bottom and top grate on the Weber Smoky Mountain. I've just damped it down, trying to cool it off a little bit. Ideally, I'd like to get it below 250 when I put the jerky on. But so I've laid it all out. As soon as it calms down just a little bit, we're gonna get that. We're gonna pull the top grate off, put the second grate in, start getting the jerky going. All right, everybody. So this is the finished product from the jerky. I think it was on the smoker for about 4 hours, somewhere between 230 and 250. I was cooking a brisket on the upper rack, so I was limited to how cool I could get it. Ideally, 200 to 230 would probably be best. You just keep flipping. I didn't show any of the cooking process, but you just kind of keep flipping it when you'd flip it, there'd be a little bit of water on the bottom, and you just kind of keep flipping it every 20-30 minutes or so, just until it kind of dries up. You can break into it. I ate a couple pieces, as was, you have to test it, right? So you just kind of tear into it, kind of see what it looks like. You're looking for basically, we'll show you a piece here. So when you break into it, see that sinew, how it's kind of dry on the inside. Let me see if the camera will focus. It doesn't, the inner parts looks a little dry, as it's not real moisture. As soon as that starts to dry up, you can see how it tears. It's pretty much done. So that's pretty much the cooking process. Then it's just a bunch of flipping it on kind of low heat. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much all there is to it. Alright guys, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I said, not too much detail to it. Just a quick jerky video. I did want to show you guys one more thing. Obviously I did this on the smoker outside. But for years before I got the smoker, I actually made jerky in the oven. And what I did, I had this. It's a silicone mat. I don't really know exactly what it's called or what it's designed for. It's a Pampered Chef product. I don't know if it's for baking or what. But what I would do is I would lay this in a cookie sheet, and I would fill it up, and I'd bake it in the oven. I think probably about 200, and I'd just keep flipping it in there. The pyramids will keep it elevated, so it kind of dries out. You basically just oven bake it. So if you don't have a smoker, you can still make this jerky video doing that. The only other thing you'll need in the spices, when we were adding all the spices, the same spice palette. The only thing you want to add is a teaspoon or so of liquid smoke. You can buy like a bottle of liquid smoke. Kind of gives you the equivalent of the smoker in the oven. So like I said, it's a great alternative if you guys don't have the smoker and want to try to make some jerky out of a cheap cut of meat or something like that. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I enjoyed making it. It's my second attempt. I was going to do a video earlier, one of my very first videos. Ended up actually over smoking it. Got bitter, gave me a bunch of heartburn. So light wood, used a fruit wood this time. Like I said, just low heat. Keep flipping it. Like I said, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you get something from it. Give it a try. If you like what we're doing, give us a thumbs up. Consider maybe giving us a subscribe. Other than that, hope you enjoyed the channel, and we'll see you next time on Aviator Q. See ya. Bye.